and welcome to Chew on Something, where we chew on something for the taste buds
and the mind.
Thank you for joining us for our 17th episode.
Ooh.
It's a holiday episode.
Yes.
We taking a break.
Yes.
Highly recommended for everybody.
Yes.
Take a break. Yeah. So we're taking a holiday break. See, Brianna's going somewhere adventurous.
Yeah, I'm going to Australia for 5 weeks.
Exciting.
Yes. My partner, the love of my life, besides my mom and TK, of course, is from Australia. So I haven't been back. I've been to Australia twice before, always during the holidays, but because of COVID and everything, I haven't been back for 4 years. So I'm really excited to go and see my second family, and I'm just really excited to go back. I love Australia. They have a lot of good food there.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you, TK.
The closest I've been to Australia is 2 hours away. A magical place called the Solomon Islands.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so amazing.
Which I love. So, I know you're going to have a lot of fun.
Yes, I will.
Like, are you going to see a wombat? That's my question every time she gets back. Did you see a wombat?
No, and I didn't. In the last 2 times I went to Australia, I didn't see one spider there either. But the last time I did, I saw at least 1,000 tiny little spiders, which to me is the equivalent of one huge spider. So, yeah. But I haven't seen any of those large spiders or snakes or...
That's good. Gotta go to New Zealand where there's no venomous creatures.
Yeah.
So, this is our 17th episode. We're taking a holiday break, so this will be a short one.
And we'll be back.
Probably
towards the end of January.
But we'll have a video here or two in between.
Yes, exactly.
But officially back towards the end of January. Yeah, and this holiday edition, we're going to talk a little bit about de-stressing.
Yeah, I mean...
when you're around family that's stressful.
Yes, I mean, we really want to go into an episode that deals all about, like, stress and managing stress, because I feel like this is a very long discussion and a really important one that we really need to dive head into. But this is just going to be more of, like, a brief conversation on things that, you could do that would help you during these holiday seasons to manage stress. I mean, like, not everyone has a family, like...
That's stressful.
Like, I love being around my sister. I love being around my mom.
Same.
Like, my family, my partner. But I know a lot of times...
it's not always the case.
It's not always like that.
We're lucky.
Yeah.
So, like... I never tire of hanging out with Brian. So.
Exactly.
Or a mom. So, we're lucky. We got the lucky end of the stick. But I definitely have been around some people that worked my nerves. Worked my last nerve.
Yes.
And I think that when you're around people like that, you need to evaluate if you need to be around them, because we have conversations about surrounding yourself with people that are only going to heighten you in the best way possible, and vice versa. Should be a give and take. One thing I've learned, especially from us coming from such a traumatic past, is that blood doesn't mean family. How someone treats you equates to family. So friends could be family. I know that some people sort of have this philosophy that, family no matter what someone does, and I highly disagree with it, because it's just simply not true. Sometimes the most toxic people you'll meet will be in your family, and you have to recognize when is a time to walk away from that. And you can walk away from that. Don't let that old adage, blood is blood, family is family. Nope.
And I think you also have to realize a lot of times people project whatever they're feeling or going through or experience. So I think sometimes you have to take a step back and sometimes realize, well, actually, a lot of times it's really not about you. So a lot of times people tend to project, whatever state of mind they're in at that time, especially when you're discussing about different topics and social issues, political issues. Especially with the holidays, I say stay away from political issues because, but to each their own. I feel like if you can have a healthy debate
Right.
where you're not disrespecting. There can be like an adult like back and forth
Yeah,
conversation.
an adult discourse is called.
Yes.
An adult discourse.
Then that's fine. But, you know, the reason why I said stay away from political, because you'll be surprised. A lot of people don't know how to have a healthy discussion.
Well, yeah, particularly staying away from political when you have a difference in political views.
Right.
I think that's important to stress.
Yes, exactly. But, you know, you'll be surprised. A lot of people don't know how to have a disagreement of the minds in a healthy adult like way. And if that person can't go back and forth with you in a way that's respectful, then cut it off.
Right. I remember years ago we were at this dinner party and I forget the exact conversation, but I knew that this guy had this point of view that was really trying to cause a reaction from someone. Because sometimes you encounter people that just want to rile you up, you know, get a certain reaction.
Was this when we were
in Italy?
Italy.
And it was in trying to engage us in a conversation. And I knew by the question, I forget the question, but I remember like the energy, because he had this energy with all the guests there, like just asking like super provocative questions. And Steve and I were like, nope, like we don't want to engage. I was like, oh, you know, I don't have an opinion on it. He was like, oh, you know, you don't think anything about so and so. I'm like, nope. Because I don't exert my energy. I don't go there.
Yes.
You know, when I see people's ulterior motives,
Yes.
you know, you can read right through it.
Yes.
You know, when you're from Maryland, from B-more,
You can read a room.
from the South,
Called
reading someone, and read right through his ulterior motives.
Yes.
So I said, not today.
Yes.
We both said, not today.
And, you know, I think as you
And
get...
he was real shocked. Like, couldn't believe that we weren't answering him. I was like, who are you? I'm not answering my question.
I think also, too, as we've gotten older, you know, I realize about, you know, letting go of the ego, because when I was younger, I probably would have played right into his hands.
Right.
But
Just because somebody has the last word, you know, I had to learn that.
yes, the last word.
People think, oh, because you have the last word, you're right. And I learned a long time ago, you be fighting to have the last word, that means you're not going to be having a very happy life. You know, everybody's so intent on proving their point. Like when you have a discussion, they don't talk to listen. They talk to wait till you're done so they can continue talking.
Right. So when I was talking about like having the ego, you know, letting go of the ego, exactly that's what TK was talking about, letting go and releasing and knowing that you don't have to have the last word. That's something that I had to learn because, you know, especially along my healing journey, I found it was much easier to recognize people's true intentions when I'm having a conversation with them. And then also realizing, recognizing I don't need to devote my energy and time to everyone, everybody. I just don't.
And I don't need to prove myself. You know, that's a big part of having the last word, proving your point. Who are you to prove anything? Prove myself right out of this conversation. You can have the last word.
You can have the last word. You can have the last of it all.
Right.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't have time for it. So I think learning those little things that when you're having conversations with people that you know might turn left real quick or go in a direction that you don't want it to, you have to know when to walk away. And that includes toxic environments, toxic relationships, regardless if it's family or not. So these are all applicable to the holiday season because you come across this a lot.
And there's one tactic I wanted to share with everyone. If you're feeling stressed anywhere, like in the moment, I know that I briefly spoke about breath work, but there's a technique that's outside of breath work, and it's a short 2 inhales and 1 exhale. So you breathe deeply in and then do another little one, like hold while you're holding that inhale, do another one. So it's going to be one long. And you squeeze that second one in, and then you exhale, and that slows down the heart. It immediately distresses you, distresses your body.
How slow?
What did you say?
How slow does it slow down the heart? Not like dangerous slow, right?
No, it's not going to stop your heart.
Am I going to wake up from this?
I told you, I don't want to get into this conversation about
It really released all the stress, like the whole life.
But that tactic, that breath, like,
Okay.
And you can do it more like, you don't have to be like, like you're in the middle of a conversation and it's not going well. You're like,
or do it.
No. I mean, you can do it because I've done it before. But I just mean you can do it in a more like.
You are trying to prove my point. You know what you're saying. Also,
yes.
You go.
You can do it in a more like incognito way. I'm just saying.
I say go for it.
You can just do because that's naturally you'll do it throughout the day to help de-stress your body, slow down your heart rate, and immediately your body feels the benefits of that tactic. So I highly recommend if you need to do the inhale and then one short inhale again when you're holding that and then releasing it sort of. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you do?
Well, yeah, you do a breath like, and then squeeze another one when you're still holding. So don't exhale. Squeeze another one in, and then. So that second breath's going to be real short, but that's the key to like de-stressing the body is that second breath.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice tip.
So I recommend it. If you need to do it, as CK said, in the middle of a conversation, go ahead.
Yeah, mental health is what's it about.
Yes.
And I learned also too a long time ago, especially if you're in a toxic scenario, toxic environment, toxic conversation, don't have any qualms about walking away from it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people feel a certain way because they feel like it might be awkward or feel like they're going to offend the other person versus worried about how they feel being in this toxic conversation. Just excuse yourself. You don't have to waste your energy on that.
No, you don't.
When I was younger, thinking about talking to people you don't want to talk to and you might engage them with small talk. Now, now I'm older. I just walk away.
Yeah. I mean, also, too, you have to think about your wellness as well because the body, there's like good stresses, bad stresses. You're going to be dealing with stress your entire life. So learning how to manage that stress in healthy, beneficial ways. So if you need to walk away, for me, I would just be like, excuse me, I need to walk away. Or you can just be like, excuse me, and then walk away.
Yeah. And
or you could just be like, excuse me, you have to go to the bathroom. If you
never come back.
And she found the was it the Narnia?
Yeah. Never came back. And I also suggest this, within your personal life, because if you're in a work environment, you don't always have that choice.
No, you don't.
You gotta work with people you dislike, whether it be a coworker or your boss. So in those scenarios, it's important to learn how to de-stress from a stressful situation. And there's all types of things, like C. Brown was saying, the breath work, or just going to a place of mind that's really peaceful. But it's about finding what works for you, because what works for me or what works for C. Brown may not work for you. I mean, there's a plethora of things that you could do to de-stress, but it's important to know that you're also going to encounter people that you sort of have to have conversations with that you dislike, especially within work ambiance. So it's important to learn how to de-stress.
And also another tactic during the holidays to help to de-stress and keep yourself calm and at peace is really, and I know some people don't want to hear it, but make sure you get good sleep. That's not what I was saying, but I feel like sleep everyone needs. But what I was going to say is that not everyone wants to hear is your diet, because food plays a large part in how you mentally react to certain situations. Your body can be more leveled out and at peace with the kind of food that you put in your body. Alcohol can escalate. Never want to be engaged in a heated discussion, which is all about the holidays, right? We're drinking alcohol, like levels get escalated. Really watching your alcohol consumption and really keeping your diet clean and healthy, it really affects the mind and the way that you would respond to things. I mean, it's scientifically proven that you will react completely different depending on the kind of diet that you have in different scenarios and situations.
Interesting. I'm trying to think, since my diet became unhealthy, if I was reacting differently. Same jovial self.
But it causes, physical stress to the body. Right. That in return could make you fatigue, and then maybe not having as much patience
And
to
irritable.
respond in a certain situation if you normally would, if
Yeah.
you were feeling
Ripple effect.
nothing. Exactly, a domino effect. So it all plays into helping you deal with certain stressful situations.
Oh, okay.
And then working out, of course, because fitness is stress on the body, but it's a good kind of stress. As long as you're not killing yourself with fitness, because that can happen. People can overwork out, killing themselves at the gym with weights, and so that can happen too. But if you have a healthy, leveled out, balanced fitness routine, that helps to deal with the very bad stresses. Because I mean, I hate to say there's bad and good stresses, because even stress in itself, a bad stress can potentially turn into a good stress. Exercise in itself is a stress on the body, but that stress helps to really level out your mood throughout the day, can give you more energy. Again, playing into this whole part of how you would manage certain stressful situations that aren't good for you, but in return, because you're feeling good, you're at peace with yourself, you're
That's
level.
working out. Say it's a stressful.
It is.
amount.
I listen to a ton of podcasts on health, nutrition, reading books, and technically working out is a stress on the body, because your body's in a different state than it normally is, and you're putting your body under stress. I mean,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
exercising.
but you need to.
You need it. Yes,
Exercise.
that's why I
Just for
said
your
like
heart.
I hate to say good and bad stresses, because sometimes stresses that
Well,
you
I think it's about changing sort of the narrative on there's good stress that exists, because usually when you hear stress, my first thing was like,
right.
because you don't think of stress
No,
that way. You always think of stress in negative connotations.
Exactly. Yep. That's a good point. But yes, working out is a stress on the body, but it has so many benefits. I mean, if you're doing it right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, stressful for the body? You mean to tell me I gotta stop working out? Tell me no more.
TK's like, say no more.
Stressful for the body? Okay, got it. I don't like working out.
No, it's yes. Please don't. Not what TK was thinking.
I mean, I like working out
Yeah.
when it doesn't feel like working. Like I love to dance.
Oh yes.
Like, I love dancing.
Yeah, I love dancing. Oh, dance. Oh, I love dancing. I used to take ballroom dancing back in the day. Oh,
Yeah.
ballet before that for a little bit. Oh, ballroom dancing, y'all.
I would dance on stage.
Is it like, gotta get the,
Yeah. Okay.
you know, the wide smiles and.
So, yeah, those are just like little tips you can do. But I think going into the new year, don't beat yourself up too much if you've gained weight over the last few years or this year. I mean, it's been a rough few years for a lot of people, especially with COVID and getting back to work. Some people are still out of work. Some people's mental health is really in peril. So don't beat yourself
Literally
up.
hanging by a thread.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up too much. You know, just understand that these are things that you can change if you want to, and you can start immediately.
Yes.
You know, I always say,
Don't wait for
don't
that New
say
Year's
till-
resolution.
don't say tomorrow, say tonight. You know,
Yes.
I did a major overhaul in my own diet regimen, and instead of saying I'm gonna wait to New Year, I started, 3 months ago. This is always the sort of mindset you should have. You can start it today, because you never know what's going to come tomorrow. We're not in control of a lot of things in our life. You are in control of some things, but you never know what will happen. So start today.
Yeah, and I always say that like health is something that you can, depending on your circumstance, it's little things that you can actually take control of in this moment. I remember briefly when I started my fitness routine, and people were like, "Oh, you must like love working out because you go 6 times a week," and no. Still to this day, it's a struggle, but I was telling TK recently, I've been getting more into the mindset of thinking of working out as not something that I have to do, but something that I get to do, and being able to move in your body without a lot of pain is a privilege. So really, looking forward to those moments where I really get to move my body. And for you all out there who are saying I'll start tomorrow or I'll do this and that next week. Start today. I remember I start my fitness routine. I had nothing. I got up off my sofa and I just like marched in place while I was watching a show. I was like, if I can watch this show for an hour, this series, television series, then I can like march in place. And that's how it all began.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to do that when I was younger.
Yeah.
March and run in place.
Yeah, that's how it all began. I marched, y'all, because I couldn't run back then, but you know.
A nice workout, 30-minute workout, and really putting your all in, even 15 minutes, is better than an hour of lackadaisical exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start to think of it in terms like that, you can start off with 15 minutes. Everybody goes, oh, I'm so busy, I don't have time in my day. You have 15 minutes. You even have 10 minutes. You always have some time to fuel your body in a way that's going to be beneficial to,
Mm-hmm.
mind, body, and spirit.
Yes.
So you have time, make time.
Mm-hmm.
Make that time.
And remember to also resistant train as well. That's super important, especially for women.
Yeah. So yeah, those are little tips, but I think we just want to wish everybody happy holidays.
Yes, we do. And thank you for joining us along this journey. We're in our 17th episode.
A new venture.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And really excited to be able to just have a platform where we can really speak to you in a longer format. Because we think of you as a virtual family, and as a virtual family, I'm gonna be speaking to you for like 2-3 minutes. I need a lot more than
Yeah, definitely.
Need a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm. Just saying, I should have rethought this outfit because it's very loud. Can you hear it? I feel like I'm going.
I can hear it, but I don't know if they
in
can
my
hear
ears. It feels louder.
Oh, okay.
We'll see if the mic picks it up.
Okay.
But if you hear that sound, it's my hair in my clothes.
Well, you look fabulous.
Thanks, sis. I feel like I'm going to the moon. You look great too. You're a Canadian suit.
Yes.
But yeah, I wore something shiny because this is our holiday edition. And
Yes.
A
I
new
something
year.
shiny.
Okay. So yes, thank you so much for joining us, and we want to wish you the most special and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy
family,
New Year.
friends that are family.
Yes.
Yes, happy New Year.
Safe holidays, please, everyone.
Yeah. Safe holidays. Enjoy yourself.
Yes, enjoy yourself. Everything in moderation. Enjoy yourself. But, also remember.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
I was just saying, just also remember, like, your health is also important, too.
Remember.
Okay.
Let people have their glass of champagne.
They can. I'm just saying, Have, like, a couple. Don't have, like, 10 glasses. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, 10 glasses of champagne.
Yes, okay. Happy holidays and happy New Year.
And we'll see you soon. We'll see you towards the end of January. But we'll still be popping up here and there in between.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But officially for a new one.
Yes.
At the end of January.
At the end of January.
So thank you for rocking with us. And we'll see you in the new year on
Chew
on
something.